All right. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat na nakikinig, nanonood dito po sa United Kingdom, the rest of Europe, at saka siyempre naman yung mga nakikinig at nanonood dyan sa Amerika, magandang tanghali at magandang hapon sa inyo. Mga nasa Pilipinas, magandang madaling araw. Andito na naman po, nagbabalik ang Usapang FILCOM at iba pa with PEPS Villanueva. Ako po si Tito PEPS, makakasama nyo ngayong gabi. Pasensya na po kayo at last week hindi kami nakapag-air because linagnat tayo, so na-quarantine. 2 weeks po ang aming quarantine. Kami pong mag-asawa ay parehong ng napakataas at buti naman at nawala at hindi nagtuloy, walang ibang symptoms. So, I think we're COVID-free kahit hindi kami matest dahil wala daw test kit at walang test available. No? We've been trying to get ourselves tested for the past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, wala. No? So, pero ngayon, medyo maigi-igi na tayo at wala nang mga lagnat, no other symptoms, so we're back. No? Ito po ang Usapang FILCOM at iba pa with PEPS. At ngayong gabi, napakapalad natin. Meron tayong bisita na batang-bata pero abogada yan, no? And I've known her for a long time. Bata pa yan, very active na yan sa city. Ang parents niya are two of the founders ng Igorot UK, no? So tawagin na natin. Walang iba kundi si Ingrid Puten Masfer. Ingrid, good evening.
Hi, Uncle. You okay?
Yes. And you?
Good, thank you.
Okay, you're looking well and cozy. Huh?
Yes, have to be. It's
Okay.
getting warmer here. We're getting like an Indian summer.
Okay, yeah. So I remember you when you were when you were a little girl, because you're still young. So let me clarify that. You're still young. So when you were still a little girl, you used to tag along with your parents when there were activities of the Igorot UK. How old were you when you first became aware of Igorot UK?
I think it must have been in my early teenage years.
Yeah.
That we've always been quite a close-knit community in the UK. We live very close to our family here and the Igorot community in the 90s in Walthamstow in London. And so growing up, we relied on one another. Each family relied on one another to take care of each other's children on the weekends, after work, after school. So we've always had a very strong link to our Igorot family here. And I think in 1994, there was the first international Igorot consultation that happened in California.
Yeah.
And this created a buzz amongst the international Igorots around the world, which spread out to London, Canada, all over the United States. So many of them met up at an international Igorot consultation in California. And then I think from the attendees from London that were fortunate to go to LA at that time, when they came back with all this extra energy with energy to really show the Filipino community in the UK how special our culture is. Because prior to this, the Igorots were given a negative presentation between the UK Filipino community. They've always been sort of prejudiced, and I think that was just a historical thing where people used to stereotype Igorots to having tails or being very dark skinned and not very bright. And so I think that really, like, because we were such a small, tight family unit, we all wanted to prove differently. So they, the founding members used to meet up at meetings, small community centers where all the children would play with games in one hall, and the parents would, convene in the other hall, having coffee and tea, and just talking about issues going back home, and just learning and understanding with one another.
Yeah, that's good, no? And whenever I attend one of the functions of the Igorot UK, there are always so many children there running
Yeah,
around, having fun, you know. Uh, that's why when you said family, that is why, the
yeah.
Igorot family, when you celebrate, what do you call it? Kanyao? Grand Kanyao?
The Grand
Is that
Canyon.
right?
We're actually,
Yeah.
they'll be celebrating their 25th year this year of
Okay.
the UK Grand Canyon. Will be celebrating their 25th year this year. So,
But will you be able
because
to do this time, this year?
not due to the pandemic, unfortunately, but what they are planning to do is a virtual Canyon, where they are having videos with some of the founding members, and through the history of the Igorot UK. We'd welcome you all to join us so you can learn a bit more about the organization. It will be fantastic. You'll still be able to listen to the music and hear the gongs. It was something,
Yes.
as children, we were exposed to it very young. So our parents were never ashamed to play the gongs, talk in our dialect, you know,
And dancing.
wear wear the full cultural attire, which is very exposing. Like, it's G-strings and tapuses, and so for a lot in the 90s, it's quite difficult. Like, it where people are still too shy to even be another culture other than white. It was so
Yeah.
it's really, Igorits are very proud of their culture, and as children growing up, because we were exposed to it so young, it became second nature to us. So we didn't even think of it as something to be ashamed of. It was something that
Yeah.
we were quite proud of. And so we were brought to all these events as children, and we were taught the dances and the gongs, and we were happy to do it. And so, I mean,
Yes, I
it's like
know.
that analogy with coal. If you heat up coal, if you're exposed to heat, it will stay hot. So for us as children, we were exposed to our culture very young, and every week almost, and any opportunity that the Igorot UK could have attended in the Filipino community, they would have attended, whether it be the Barrio Fiestas or events set up by the late J. Ibot, or, many different organizations that would invite them to do their gongs or their, the dances. The Igorot UK were the first to put their hand up and attend. And as children, we just went along with it, not knowing actually that we're absorbing our culture at the same time.
Yes, yes. That's why that has always been my impression of the Igorot UK. Because when you say Igorot UK, you're not just talking of one province. You're talking of
No,
a number of provinces. I know Benguet is there, the
Ifugao,
Cordilleras, yeah, Ifugao,
Mountain
So
Province.
it's a whole region covered by Igorot UK. And I remember the last one that I attended, there were so many young faces already.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, that's why I
thank
said,
God.
oh, that's good. This organization will not die because the young ones, like you're still part of the Igorot UK. Yeah, but since
Well, we don't want, sorry. We'd
yeah,
like our
but
children
since
as well, to
yeah,
still be active and learn about the culture as well, and have the same opportunities that we did growing up. So it's important to us that they are also surrounded by the music and the culture.
Yeah.
So, you know, they too can understand and understand where they come from and be proud of that.
Even your husband is Igorot now.
He is. He's always been a Igorot
Yeah.
uncle.
Yeah. But I mean, joining in with
Oh, yeah.
the dancing and everything, in his G string.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But as I was saying earlier, your mom is here, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She's here with us. She's visiting from,
Well, if she's
she's just
is she
finished her
there? Is she
quarantine.
near you? Can you call
It's
her?
here.
One of the
Let me
founders of.
call her.
Oh, there you are,
Hello,
Connie,
hello. Yes, hello
Conching,
there. How are
Conchita,
you?
Puuted.
Nice to hear from
One
you.
of the founding
Yes,
members of Igorot UK. It's good to see
yes.
you.
Nice to see you
Mm-mm.
too.
Mm-mm. Long time no see. I think last time I saw you sa airport.
Well, the last
Nagkit.
time I went home was last October. I was supposed to return to the UK in February, but I was caught out with the lockdown. So I left
Yeah.
it out, and then until now, because my eldest grandson, Ingrid's son, had started high school, and he needed his support
Mm-hmm.
to be taken to school by the bus, via the bus, because it's a bit of a journey to go to and fro to school, and
Mm-mm.
Ingrid cannot do it at the same time, dropping her younger children, younger boys, to another school in another area. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
here, but I'll be going back on the 8th of October. So. I'm just here for the carnival as well.
Naalala ko, Connie, no? Conching,
Mm. Oo.
one of the big projects that you did with the Philippine Embassy, yung
Yes.
Igorot House. Remember?
Yes. Yes.
And nung
Yes.
when it was part of the exhibit at the
The
Royal
December.
Academy,
Yes.
yung
And also the
Highway
British
to the
Museum.
Skies. Hmm?
Yes, at the British Museum that was.
Y- yeah,
It was
high,
exhibited at the British Museum.
yeah. I
That
remember
was an
so many
exhibit.
people went there to see
Oh
it,
yes.
and
That's a result of the British Museum under the deputy the keeper then, the museum keeper, which was Dr. Brian Durance. He
yeah.
is the head of the Department of Ethnology, of the anthropology in the British Museum. They are the ones responsible to preserve dying cultures, and they highlighted the Igorot UK, the Igorot especially, because they managed to preserve their culture from time immemorial right up to now. And so that's the very reason they picked up the Igorots of the Philippines, because they found
Mm-hmm.
that it's the Igorots that's the only one left. The culture of the Igorots is the only one that was standing up still alive in the Philippines. So this
Yeah.
is the reason why it was showcased at the British Museum. It was supposed to be only there by year, but it was due to
It was
popular demand
extended.
from the scholars, the students, and other people learning about anthropology. They extended it to over 2 years.
I
Until
know.
then, and then as
I
it's
loved
from
going
the
there just to see the house.
thank
And
you,
then
and
after it
then
was removed, after the exhibit finished, I remember they moved the house to the Philippine Embassy at Palace
embassy
Green,
grounds.
di ba, sa
Yes,
embassy ground,
yes,
and it remained
yeah.
there until
It shut down.
they moved
They
out,
moved.
no? So
Yeah.
Yes,
nung
yeah.
nag-move out, go, saan napunta yung ano?
What happened now was that, of course, because of it from the grounds of the Philippine Embassy, it came to our house here in Walthamstow.
For
We
storage.
managed to store it at our garage. The problem, the because it was also turned over to the museum of the
The
Horniman
Horniman
Museum,
Museum.
Horniman Museum, and so they did say that, of course, due to lack of space at the museum as well, they welcomed the idea that
To
we were
return it.
going to keep it with us until it found a place to stay. Or they then at one stage were supposed to put it up at the Horniman, but when they saw it, it was too big, couldn't be. It was then again suggested it was going to the Eden Project in Cornwall,
O
but
Cornwall,
I
yeah?
don't know what had happened there. We waited and nothing happened. But anyway, The result now is that it's gone. It's now in my resort in Asin, Baguio. So I invite everybody
Ah,
to come and see it. It's standing out there. It's part of the resort, attraction sort of thing. And the resort
yeah.
in,
When it was in at the embassy grounds, I remember
yeah.
sometimes lying down inside the
Oh,
It's
that's
house.
big.
nice. It's big.
Yeah, when we're
It's
meeting in the garden, sometimes
yeah,
we'd meet in the garden, and we will use that. You know.
yeah. It's a life
Uh,
size. It's a standard life size house of the Ifugaos during the olden days, and it has got a
yeah,
lot
you
of
know.
history behind. So it was also a hideout for the generals of the Japanese generals when they went into hiding. The General
Mhm.
Yamashita, as we know of, stayed in that house while he was in
Yung
Ifugao.
you mentioned your resort, no? That's in
Yeah,
Asin.
that's in Asin. It's
Yeah. Alam
just
mo
30
bang
minutes away from
one
Baguio.
time I was able to go to Asin
When?
just to swim. A long,
Huh?
long time ago during the 70s
Ah, okay, all right.
when I was in college, you know. Merong
Okay,
bridge
yes.
diyan,
Come now.
yung hanging bridge, the hanging bridge. Is it
Yes,
still there?
yeah. It's still
Huh?
there. Still
Oh
there.
my goodness, it
It is
almost
still
gave me
there.
a heart attack, you know. Every time
Yeah.
somebody moved,
It shakes. The
you
bridge
feel that you're
shakes.
going to fall down as well, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's
And
all
the
right.
water
Still
is so
there.
cold, you know, in the stream. It's so cold, but
Yes.
we managed to do it because we didn't have any bathing
Choice.
suits with us or anything like that. You know? We just
Mm.
took off our trousers with our briefs and then jumped into the water. It's
Yes.
a
Mhm.
beautiful place, yeah.
Yes, it is.
And then in the at the moment, I know you've set up a lot of businesses, yeah. Do you still have the nursing homes, Connie?
Yes, yes. Wendy is taken. The eldest daughter had taken over the nursing home, so she's managing
Yeah.
the residential home. Yes, and Ingrid
And
took over
Ingrid, which one are you handling?
the
Forwarding.
Shipping.
balikbayan boxes. The
Ah.
balikbayan boxes
Oo nga
she's
pala,
handling.
Wendy is watching right now. Hello, Wendy.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's on.
she's watching
Wendy's
right
not
now.
here.
She said,
She's watching.
yeah, I
She's watching.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, she said she's gonna watch, you know. And
Uh-huh.
She's
she mentioned
messaging that she's
something about
watching.
an anniversary. Is it her
Yes.
anniversary today?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Today
forgot.
is her 16-year
I
anniversary.
forgot about that, Wendy. Sorry.
Oh, happy
I didn't
anniversary,
mention it, Wendy.
Wendy.
Happy
Yeah,
Happy anniversary. I
anniversary.
forgot all about that.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize that too.
Oh my
They got
goodness, you
married in
forgot
San
her
Francisco.
anniversary, and I remembered.
I know,
I know.
exactly.
Yeah, to be
My
honest, I
goodness,
haven't.
the two of you forgot about it. Happy
No, I
anniversary,
didn't forget.
Wendy.
I greeted them this morning.
Yeah, I didn't. I forgot completely.
And Richard, how's Richard now?
Oh, he's fine. He was here as well,
Yeah.
and he has to go back because the resort has locked down of course since February, and it's due to open early October, so he has to go and do the preparations and everything. So he's back to the Philippines.
Uh, Ingrid, just one
Yeah.
question for Ingrid, because
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier about people looking down on Igorots. Their
Yes.
image of the Igorot was not that high.
Positive. Yeah.
Yeah, positive, especially when it comes to education. Is that what drove you, the two of your sister and you, to strive for higher education?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think it probably was a factor that was taken into account when we were studying. I mean, we've always the importance of education has always been highlighted in our family and in our culture in general, as our grandparents used to always tell us that people can call you names, but as long as you study hard, they can't take away your piece of paper. You know, you work hard, you get your good education, and whatever people say about you, you still have your degree or still have something to fall back on. And so I think it definitely was a contributing factor to why we went into further education and why we wanted to do better for ourselves.
You're both lawyers, aren't you?
We are, yes. But I haven't practiced for a very long time. I've been too busy having children.
But do you remember, Ingrid, a long time ago, during the 90s, when we were invited to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office for an
Yes.
audience with one of the MPs, Meg Mann,
Oh,
and
yes.
she gave a talk on the Philippines and what the British government is doing with regards to Filipino-British relations. How old were you then? You were there representing the youth,
I think I must have
and
been about 15.
I was representing the old.
No, I wasn't. I think that time, no, I was doing my law degree. I think I was 22
Yeah, I
then.
know. Yeah,
There was a few of us there, right, Uncle? That was really
I
an
know.
honor to go there.
Yeah, and
I
then
think
with
I
the
was
food
22.
afterwards. Yeah,
Yes.
you're quite young. So that was quite a good experience. And then,
Yeah, it was
so
lovely.
Richard is in the Philippines now. So up to when are
Yes.
you here, Connie? Until
I'm here
until
until
the
the 8th of
grandchildren grow
October.
up?
Yeah,
Until they
no.
reach the
I'm
age of
still here
20?
until the 8th of October. I'm going back on the 8th of October. I've got to go back. I enjoy my life in the Philippines. Tell you,
I
the
know.
weather, fresh air, you're free. You call yourself a free bird. You know, the air that you're breathing seems to say freedom is here. So no, it's
Well, you're
lovely to be in
lucky
the
you have two daughters who are both interested in running the business, because I
well.
know
God be the
there
glory.
are lots of Filipinos with businesses
Hmm.
who can't who whose children are not that interested in carrying on the family tradition,
Yeah.
so
Oh, we
a
were
family
very lucky.
business.
My sister and I were very lucky that we had successful businesses to be able to fall back on. So it was lucky for us, really, that we had something that we could take on, and that we're happy to do it.
And God is good.
Well,
To God be the glory.
yeah. Well, it's been nice chatting with the two of you.
And
Thank you very
you.
much. Yeah. If you have
It's
any
good to
greetings
see
or
you.
shout outs, yeah,
Well,
do so
shout out,
now.
To all the Igorets around the world.
continue with our energy and our enthusiasm to remain connected. Let's continue to fight for continue to instill pride in our own culture.
And to join us for our
Our-
Grand Canyon. We'll let you know the date. I'm not sure. Do you know the
I
date?
think tomorrow is the day they're going to virtually. We'll let you know as soon as we know. But I think it's sometime tomorrow or this weekend. But we'll phone you immediately when we get
Yeah, let us
time.
know. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
that
we
you
could
can
You
watch
announce
can
it
us
as
plug
well.
in
yeah,
and you
plug in
can
and
learn a bit more too.
watching the virtual celebration. Yes, we will let you
Yes.
know. Thank you for inviting us.
Okay. Well, thank you
Okay,
very much. Yeah.
okay.
Ingrid,
Thank you.
Connie,
Yeah,
Conching, Conchita,
yes. Mabuhay and
and
good
regards to the
night.
family.
And to
And you
you,
too,
Thank
and to you
Uncle. It's
as
you.
nice
well.
to see you.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Yan po, no? Nakasama natin ngayong gabi ang ina na si Ingrid Puten Masfere at yung mami niya na si Conchita Puuten, no? At matatagal na po yan dito sa very active dito sa ating lugar, no? At syempre naman tingnan ko lang kung merong mga bumati sa atin dito bago tayo matapos. Oo, sina August Mateo, uy. Ramon Roses sa Barcelona, no? Cora Carsola, Nila Nida Monsalud. Oh, si Sam at saka si Doti Mendoza. Mga lang ito sa mga nagparamdam sa atin ngayong gabi, no? Ayan po, at kami po ay natutuwa at nakapatayam natin ngayong gabi yung mag-ina, no? Si August Mateo, panay ang beauty shot mo, August, ah. Ano ka ba naman? Ha? Dati, puro si August, lahat ng picture nakatingala. Ngayon naman, puro nakahiga. Huh? Ano kaya ang susunod niyan? Nakatalikod naman siguro. No? So, ayan po, no? Yung aking kabatch, si Ramon Roses of Barcelona. Animo Lasal. No? At siyempre naman, kunin yung kalimutan, mamayang The Sunny Laragan Show, ang guest po niya is isa sa mga napakahusay na country singer, no? Si Rosie O'Donnell. Abangan po niya, from Ireland po yan. So, Sunny Laragan Show at 8 o'clock ngayong gabi. No? At siyempre naman, nais lang natin, may mga humahabol na may mga pabate. Tingnan natin. Nako. Oy, Bernadette Fernandez, si Conjen. Hello, Tito Peps and Mrs. Puuten. No? O, si Mel. Si Lisa Regalado. Oh, from tourism, si Kat Ambion Alcantara. We had the Igorot UK at the Philippine Tourism Weekend. Very thankful for their support. No? Lita Mia, hello Maring Conching, keep safe. Tita Leus McCarthy, good evening. Irene Shepherd, hi Ingrid, it's nice to see you. Apollo Cubero, si Apple. Si Ronald Sipat, Dowa Villanueva from the Philippines. Rick Patriarca, si Janelle Vivas. Diba? Madami, no? Nakakatuwa naman, no? At yung ating paboritong dentista, si Doc Mel, no? Yung ating favorite po yan, no? Na dentista. So, ilan lang po yan sa mga bumati ngayon. So, yan po, napakabilis po ng oras pagka napakaganda ng kwentuhan. Ano? So, nais ko nang magpaalam po sa inyo, magpasalamat. Maraming salamat sa inyong sa walang sawang pagpanood dito sa atin sa Usapang FILCOM at iba pa. Huwag po ninyong kalimutan, next Friday po uli, nandito tayo alas 7 ng gabi. In the meantime, huwag niyong kaligtaan mamaya ang Sunny Laragan Show, no? 8 p.m. po. At yung mga wala pa pong kopya ng Yes Philippines, lalo na yung mga Bicol United, naka-feature po kayo dyan that sila po ay meron uling Peña Francia on Sunday sa Carmelite Church. Andyan na po yung dyaryo, Yes Philippines. At nasa Earls Court na po. May tumawag kanina, wala pa daw sa Earls Court, no? Dahil nauna po sa East. Pero ngayon, meron na po sa Earls Court din. So, andyan po, Yes Philippines. So, sige. Maraming salamat. Ako'y nagpapaalam na muna sa ngayon. Salamat sa inyong panunood dito sa Usapang FILCOM at iba pa with PEPS. Ako po si PEPS Villanueva. Nagpapaalam na muna sa ngayon. Salamat po.